Book summary: The Dark Maestro, novel by Nicholaus Slocumb. Opening movement: Prodigy born in chaos. Curtis Wilson's life begins in chaos. Born and raised in Southeast Washington, D.C. amid the unforgiving landscape of crime, poverty, and systemic neglect, Curtis learns to adapt from an early age. His father, Zippy, is a powerful figure in the local drug scene. Unpredictable, dangerous, but undeniably protective of his son. Despite Zippy's criminal lifestyle, he believes in Curtis's potential. Stabilizing force in both their lives is Larissa, Zippy's girlfriend, fiercely intelligent woman who sees Curtis's genius and nurtures it with quiet strength. Curtis is only 6 when he discovers the cello through school program. His fascination with the instrument is immediate and all-consuming. Music becomes his escape, his sanctuary. When visiting music teacher recognizes Curtis's uncanny ear and technical dexterity, doors begin to open with Larissa. Helping win scholarship to prestigious music conservatory far removed from the violence of his home neighborhood. As Curtis matures, he refines his craft with ferocity that isolates him from his peers but draws the attention of elite mentors. By the time he's in his early 20s, Curtis is performing on world stages, culminating in solo with the New York Philharmonic. To the public, he is a rare success story. Triumph of talent over circumstance. But the shadows of his past are never far behind. Second movement, Family Unraveled. Curtis's ascent is violently interrupted when Zippy is arrested during federal sting operation. Facing life in prison and retaliation from criminal syndicate he once served, Zippy makes the unimaginable choice. He turns state's evidence. The decision is both noble and desperate. It paints target on his back. And on Curtis and Larissa, too, the family is immediately swept into witness protection. Overnight, Curtis loses everything: his name, his burgeoning career, his prized cello, and most painfully, his audience. They are relocated to rural Midwest town where Curtis comes. Michael Rivers, community college student with no past and no future in music. At first, Curtis is numb, retreating into himself. Larissa urges him to play again, even in secret, and he eventually finds solace in second-hand cello he hides in their basement. Meanwhile, Zippy, constantly on edge, wrestles with guilt over dragging his family into danger. The threat from the syndicate persists. Minor incidents, slashed tire, threatening letter, break-in, confirm their location has been compromised. Someone is hunting them. Third movement, Resistance and Harmony. Unable to trust the system, the trio devises plan. They will fight back. Not with guns, but with information, strategy, and the one thing Curtis still has, music. Curtis reinvents himself in the underground performance circuit, adopting an enigmatic persona known only as the Maestro. His anonymous shows, held in unconventional venues and streamed discreetly, attract cult following. These performances are just artistic expressions. They are big. Each concert is calculated to draw out someone connected to the syndicate. Larissa, using skills and contacts from her own troubled youth, follows the trails Curtis exposes. Zippy, fueled by need for redemption, begins working with rogue FBI agent, funneling intelligence that could finally dismantle the criminal operation. Curtis's music becomes more radical and emotionally charged. He composes Suite called Fugue for the Forgotten, inspired by fractured identity and those left behind. The piece draws international attention and speculation about the composer's true identity. The syndicate notices too. Fourth movement, the final performance. Their plan reaches its crescendo with bold move. Curtis agrees to headline Black Tie Gala concert in New York, hosted by high society patron rumored to have underworld ties. Posing as mysterious virtuoso, Curtis performs his magnum opus. Every note is message. To his enemies, to his family, and to the world. As Curtis plays, Zippy and Larissa work with their FBI contact to spring trap. Hidden surveillance cameras record syndicate members as they incriminate themselves. The climax comes just as Curtis finishes the final movement. Armed agents close in. Chaos erupts. Shootout nearly claims Zippy's life, but in the end, key players are arrested and the syndicate's leadership is exposed. Total new identity forged in sound. With the threat neutralized, the family is given the option to resume their former lives. Zippy chooses quiet retirement under his new name. Larissa, ever the protector, begins working with a nonprofit supporting at-risk youth. Curtis, finally free, steps into the public eye, not as prodigy reclaimed, but as composer reborn. He reclaims his name and releases his suite under his real identity. Curtis Wilson becomes symbol of survival, identity, and artistic defiance. In interviews, Curtis speaks openly about his journey, using his platform to advocate for music education in underserved communities. He establishes the Larissa Foundation in honor of the woman who raised and shielded him. Themes and tonalities. The Dark Maestro explores Music is both identity and resistance, the morality of survival, intergenerational trauma and healing, found family and loyalty beyond blood, the tension between anonymity and authenticity. Slocumb masterfully fuses thriller pacing with emotional resonance. Curtis's nuanced protagonist, deeply gifted, quietly broken, and ultimately triumphant, the novel is as much psychological portrait as high-octane plot, harmonizing tension with tenderness. Final note. The Dark Maestro is an orchestration of suspense, sacrifice, and sound. It reaffirms Slocumb's place as novelist who not only thrills but elevates. With richly drawn characters, an elegant narrative arc, and deep love for the power of music, this novel is both heart-pounding thriller and an anthem for the unsung.